Welcome back to the Mad Spider-Verse. I'm Mad Spidey, and thank you once again for tuning into my channel. As previously mentioned in my last video, if you happen to see my mad mail call, that I got a box from my boy Rob Fat Stacks of Comics that had, you know, some American treats, had some books in there, had a book I needed for my ASM collection from my good mate Beckerman, but it also had a mystery box from Old Man Collectibles. Eddie's been around for a while. I'll put Eddie's link in the description below for both his YouTube and his IG. So please, if you're not subscribed, you're not following, please go and check out his content. Awesome guy, cranky old bastard as he self-proclaims himself. But yeah, like he's absolute legend of a guy. Just quickly, when I talk about mystery boxes, sometimes I say, how do I put this sort of politely, I suppose? It's not easy getting mystery boxes in Australia. Let's just put this out there. I've said this publicly. I've said this on, you know, live streams before and things like that. Like, I'm not a person that I can afford a lot of mystery boxes, especially seeing a lot of them can be quite expensive. But I wouldn't mind getting one every now and again when I have the money and when I can afford it, and obviously when they're available. Most people that do mystery boxes, obviously US, Canada, things like that, will not ship to Australia. This was sort of the same case where Eddie was a bit hesitant because he lives in a small town. Post office is not the greatest of help and probably a little bit hard to ship international. But in saying that, he was more than willing to work with me to organise something for me to actually get one. So when I saw that he posted this on IG that I think there was 10 boxes, 10 or 20 boxes, I can't quite remember how many there were, but they were 70 US. So obviously I have to look at what's in the boxes, do the equivalency, you know, the currency conversion, things like that, to see whether it's actually sort of worth it or not, and obviously whether it's going to be stuff that I actually like. Now, looking at the previews that Eddie put up on his IG, it looked like the majority of it was old school Marvel. And if you know me, you know my channel, you know what I love. I love silver, bronze mainly, and, you know, copper obviously as well. Like, I like modern books, but I prefer older books. That is my thing. So yeah, silver, bronze, and copper ages, you know, in Marvel is my go-to love for comics. So when I looked at as I said, when I looked at the previews for these, nearly the whole preview was all old school Marvel. So I'm like, it's only, and it's raw books, there's no slabs or anything like that, so I don't have to worry about, not that I worry about it. If I get a slab and I want the book, I'll just crack it. If I don't want the book, then I'll give it away or whichever. So yeah, it was definitely something that I looked at and went, yeah, I need to try and get one of these boxes. And as I said, Eddie was absolutely fantastic in helping me organise that. So in saying that, I picked box number 4, and I think it was 8. It was either 8 or 10 raw books from what I remember. So let's get into it. Sorry, Tyler, won't be a full hashtag full unboxing because it's probably, you know, probably just once you open the Gemini, that's it. So let's get into it and actually see what I got. Now, I don't think there was any like big keys or anything like that. I think most of it was filler stuff, but it was still mainly silver and bronze age Marvel books. So that's definitely my thing, as I said. So let's, yep, there's a little bit more tape. Get past that. All right, put the box out of the way. Now, it hasn't said anything about start from here or anything, so get these pull tabs off. I think that's all of it. Yep. All right. Let's see what we actually got. All right, so first book up. Heroes for Hope, X-Men. number 1. So this is a Copper Age book, so 1985. Don't think I've even seen this book. All proceeds from this comic book are being donated to famine relief and recovery in Africa. So it must have been a promo book. But yeah, still very cool. Still something to definitely add to the collection. What do we got up next? Dazzler number 1. I think I already have a Dazzler number 1. But I can always, if I remember, I think I do. So if I do, I can always put that in the giveaway pile. Oh, so this is more of a modern book. So X Deaths of Wolverine number 5, variant edition. I don't know what the variant is, whether it's just a variant cover or a ratio or whichever it happens to be, but very cool looking cover there. So that's definitely going into the PC. Here's some old school Bronze Age Avengers goodness. So Avengers 128, Bewitched, Bothered, and Dead. And you gotta love those old school floating heads. So very, very cool. Pretty sure I don't have that. Ooh, an old school Daredevil. So this is probably Silver/Bronze Age. So Daredevil number 72. Look out, blind man. Here comes Tagak, the Leopard Lord. Might be his first appearance maybe, but it's probably a nothing villain. But yeah, old school Daredevil. Love it. I'd like to get some more old school Daredevil. I haven't got too much of it actually. Ooh, I know my boy Remy Q would like this. The Mighty Thor 141, who is Replicus. That's actually a really cool cover. Really like that cover. Pretty sure I haven't got that one. Black Panther number 3. Oh, this is the modern one. This is the second print, I think. Yeah, second printing. That was the first appearance of Tosin. I know that book heated up for a quick minute. Don't think it's got any more heat anymore. Oh, and some old school Fantastic Four, number 86. Very, very cool. Always love a Dr. Doom cover. So very, very cool. So what do we have in there? Was it 10? Or was it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 8 books. So 8 books. Like, and as I said, like I did the math where if most of it was Bronze and Silver Age books, like say a book like this, right? Fantastic Four 86. If you look at that, like you might say, okay, that's like a $5, $10, $20 book in the States. Over here, I'd have to pay probably $50, $60 for a book like that, even as a run filler, just because it's a Silver or a Bronze Age Marvel book. So in saying that, when I do the math and go, okay, you know, $70 shipped would have cost me probably about 110, roughly 110, $120 Australian. So if you look at that, that's probably as I said, probably a $40, $50 book. That's probably still a, you know, $20 book, I suppose. That's probably a 30, 40, you know, maybe even $50 book. That's probably a 30, $40 book. It's probably, you know, 15 to 20. That's probably a, you know, $10 to $15 book. They'll probably try and sting you probably about $50 for that over here. And that might be a $10 or $15 book. So when you look at it, it's probably, for me, that's probably about $200, $250 roughly Australian that would cost me. Whereas, you know, bought in a mystery box, about $110 to $120 Australian. So you can see why I'd love to get boxes like these. It's all Marvel. It's all stuff I'm going to keep. If I do have doubles, I'll keep the better of the 2 copies and maybe give away the rougher one or vice versa. So it works out really well for me. So in saying that, super happy with the box. Thank you, Eddie. Greatly appreciate that you worked with me on this, mate. And yeah, if anybody does see, you know, like if they are going to be doing mystery boxes, you're going to be chucking old school, predominantly old school Marvel books in there. If I can afford it and you'll allow to work with me, I'll get it either shipped to Rob or you can ship it direct to me. I'm obviously quite happy to pay the shipping costs. If it's going to work out fine like that, I'm quite happy to do it. Obviously, if I've got the money at the time. But in saying that, that's it for this particular video. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me. Yeah, so that'll do for this particular video. Be some more coming soon. So, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.